Alright, I get it. I took a little time off over the holiday season. But guess what? I'm back, and I'm gonna give you guys some cool shit. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen it first. Right here. Boom. Hometown TCG playmat. Official art commissioned by the artist Cyan Orange, who also did Stroke of Foresight for Flesh and Blood's Alpha set. This playmat is beautiful. The colors are vibrant. I am so happy with it. It is ridiculous. And as of this video, I am giving this playmat to one of you guys out there in YouTube land. That's right, as a welcome back to YouTube gift, I am giving this playmat away. Listen to this video as I describe how you can win this playmat. But for now, let's get into the topic of today's video. We want to focus on Everfest release, and we want to focus how it's going to affect us players. So I want to talk the 4 heroes that I need to be watching out for, and I need you to watch out for in Everfest. And you know what? You guys have been so patient. I'm actually going to give you 2 honorable mention heroes because frankly I couldn't cut it down to quite 4. And my honorable mention is going to start with Bravo. He is the namesake, seeming namesake, of the Everfest Carnival set. The guy's face is plastered on everything. He's strong, he's smashing things, he's at the carnival. We love us some Bravo. He is the showman of showmen, and we should watch out for him. But on a more serious note, he is right there. It feels like he needs a little bit of tooling against decks like Prism, and he needs to be able to defend a little bit more efficiently against a really full aggro Briar list. But I think Bravo can get there, and I think with a little bit of help, he can be pushed over the top. He's got a lot of tools, to shut off go again, to really have detrimental hit effects against your opponent. So I would look for Bravo to be one of our heroes to watch out for. That's our first honorable mention. And guys, our second honorable mention kind of comes with a little bit of FaB veteranism. I've been here a while, I've seen LSS, I've seen these sets drop, I know what's going on. Our second honorable mention has got to be Viserai. Number 1, because it's a new Flesh and Blood set, and Viserai's a Rune Blade. Guys, we joked around for a while, it was Flesh and Rune Blade instead of Flesh and Blood. But I think Viserai has a lot of extremely interesting play patterns. Viserai seems like you can kind of set up for this big kill, you can kind of play this new mid-range style that's going around. He defends extremely well. He's got access to a lot of unique tools in his toolkit, and I think if a couple cards are printed, Viserai can really go over the top. I would watch out for Viserai, and again, the meme can't die here, right? It's Flesh and Blood. They got to buff a Rune Blade with the release of this set. Out of the 3, I'm picking Viserai, because I can't imagine they reprint a Seeds of Agony clone. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of the list. These are the top 4. These are the 4 heroes I think we all need to be watching out for, whether it's teching against or getting ready to play in the upcoming Everfest Carnival release. The first hero I want to touch on today is the Mechanologist. Haven't gotten much support in some time. We're talking Dash. Dash is a very versatile hero. Dash can play this full aggro, this boost style. Dash can play kind of mid-range, back and forth, and Dash can play this full control, pistol whip you to death form. It's a really interesting playstyle. She's an extremely interesting hero. She's super fun to play. She can be super frustrating to play against, and with the right tech. Released in Everfest, I think she can really go over the top. She can compete with a lot of these top decks, grind with the best of them, and she's so explosive, all she needs is a little boost. Okay, keep your booze to yourself in the comments section. The character needs a little boost. I think she can get there. That is a first character to watch out for with the release of Everfest Carnival. The second hero to watch out for with the release of Everfest Carnival is the fire breather, the magician himself. We're talking Kano. I think Kano has snuck in and got some really cool and interesting wins. He's got some national wins under his belt. He's surprising people. He's winning some games. And frankly, the meta isn't ready to tech against him. In Classic Constructed, those 4 equipment slots that have to contain no Rune Barrier to be truly effective against Kano, plus the number of blues you have to play in a really low to the ground and aggro meta right now, could work to his advantage. If the right support comes out in the Everfest Carnival, Kano can be extremely dangerous. Much like Prism, he's a character you got to kind of beat in the deck building phase. You got to be ready for him. So watch out for Kano, guys. Aside from that, Kano needs the right pilot, and a lot of our Kano pilots right now have been doing a lot with very little. Give these talented players, these players that are used to playing this style, these players that are used to finding a way to get over the top in these tight situations, if you add a little bit of fuel to their fire, I think those players are really going to be able to push this hero to his limit. I would watch out for Kano as the number 2 hero to watch out for Kano to be the number 2 hero to watch out for with the other Everfest Carnival release. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I made a video, I'm stumbling. But before we get into the top 2, let's talk about this playmat. I want to hear about your guys' experience with FaB. Let me know your early memory. What's your first most vivid memory of playing a game of Flesh and Blood? Whether it's someone who hit you with a giant attack, whether it's you got intimidated, you found out what that effect meant, whether you saw Carrion Husk and you saw Chain go off for the first time, what your first really big memorable experience playing Flesh and Blood was, in the comment section below. I'm going to pick a random comment. I will reach out to you. I will let you know on the comment that you have won. We will get in touch, and I will ship you this playmat. Now, if you live overseas or something like that, or shipping's going to be excruciatingly expensive, I'm going to work with you. You might have to cover that, but I'm going to pack this playmat up in a box, and I'm going to ship it to you. So let me know in the comment section. I will pick a winner by the end of this week. All right, guys, we're here. We are in the top 2 heroes to look out for with Everfest release, and the first of those 2 heroes is going to be Dorinthia. For those of us FaB vets that have been around for a long time, playing a lot of Flesh and Blood, we remember the days of Dorinthia tormenting and terrorizing this game. She was so good. She's so difficult to play against. You have to have so many reps to learn her play patterns, learn the things she's capable of, that I think if a new couple tricks, the new tweaks come out to Dorinthia and kind of throw off our spidey sense and really give her a way to get over the top of some of these decks in a surprising fashion, Dorinthia can be totally dangerous. And once Dorinthia gets rolling, she doesn't really have an off switch. You have to find a way to stop her. And a lot of these decks that like to keep their foot on the gas pedal are going to have trouble stopping that snowball once it gets going. The problem is a lot of Dorinthia's cards now, almost all of Dorinthia's cards now at this point, are considered out of print. So new players might have a tough time getting into some Dorinthia. So I recommend, maybe looking at if you're interested in picking some of that stuff up before Everfest comes out. But I think Dorinthia is definitely a hero to watch out for upon the release of Everfest Carnival. And the top slot, the cream of the crop, the number 1 hero I think that we need to be ready for with Everfest release is got to be Prism. Prism was just winning calling events. She was just crushing people. She was taking down Chain in his unnerved form. And then people seem to kind of stop playing her. I think with additional support and more exploration, Prism is coming back with a vengeance. And much like Kano, if you don't deck build around Prism, if you don't prep to play against Prism in your deck building stage, you're in trouble. Those heralds start going bonk. She starts drawing cards. Things can get out of hand in an instant. It's insane. So we have to be ready for Prism. And if you're a Prism player, I think it's about to be your time to shine. You're going to get some new shiny tech. I think you're going to really be able to punish players who aren't ready for you, who don't deck build to play against you, and the versatility to go heralds or auras or whatever comes next out of Everfest, that versatility is just going to lean into your power. You're going to be a great deck. I think she's going to be really fun to play. She's going to have a lot of interesting play lines. And as a person that likes drawing cards, any deck that plays a card that gets to draw you a bunch of cards and keep going off, I'm in on. So guys, again, Prism is the #1 hero I expect us to watch out for with the release of Everfest Carnival. Let me know what you think in the comments, but more importantly in the comments, to be eligible for the giveaway, let me know your first big memory, your first big vivid memory of FaB. I'll tell you mine really quick. I've told it a million times on the channel. It is John just bonking me over and over again with Ira while I tried to play Dorinthia and just got smashed. I lost in the teens games in a row before I finally won one. That is my most vivid memory. It was so much fun. I was so addicted and loved the game so much. Even just getting beaten down over and over again, I couldn't stop. Let me know your memory in the comments. Again, thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to take the holiday season, spend it with friends, family, and loved ones, just kind of take a little mental break. I am so stoked for Everfest release. I'm so stoked. We got a lot of news to talk about this week. Until next time, guys, my name is Josh, and I can't wait to get these sick playmats in your guys' hands. We'll talk soon. Take it easy.